Hey, it's Julie from Finding Juju. I've recently purchased this 2015 Ford Expedition. It's a retired fire department EMS rig. It was a mess, but had a vision. I no longer wanted to have to ask my husband to tow our Springdale whenever I wanted to go camping, which was way more than he ever wanted to go. So I converted it into a tiny cabin on wheels. I've recently taken it down to the Pine Barrens for an overnighter. So meet Nestor. Hey, well, it wasn't hard, but it wasn't easy, but I did it. I didn't have to ask Mark to drop me off camping because I got Nestor now. So yeah, I'm down at a state forest down in Woodbine. I have a nice site. I'd prefer something more forest edge, but it's cool. Look at Nestor, y'all. So it's certainly not as pretty as my desert rose, but I like it. So I want to give you a tour. Okay, I'm going to do the best I can because I'm no professional, camera person. So we're going to give it a try. So let's see. Right here we are all set up. So I'm going to give you the grand tour. First, I set this up. I forgot my folding table, but that's okay. I'm not doing a whole lot of cooking, but this is where my kitchen would be set up. I would have a folding table in there. I have electricity coming from the campground as a pole for each site. So I have my electric cooler hooked up. So my food's in there. It's nice and cool. I stuck my chair in here. I've got my coffee pot and my little table. It's nice. If I did use this as a kitchen, I can zip it up if it rains and everything stays dry. It's also good for storage because I have such little space in Nestor. So let's go on inside. This is my foyer. Remember I was telling you about once I get a storage on top of the roof, I don't need a ladder because we have this thing. This just simply hooks. You step up and I would have access to the roof. So I enter in through this side door. Let me take my shoes off. No shoes in here. Now this is the original floor. I didn't build it up like this platform, which has storage under here. There's a hatch there, and there's storage under the bed. Here's my strip light that's motion sensor at nighttime. But this is the original floor. It's metal underneath. I insulated it, and I have yoga mats and such to even it out because there's like hardware and to make it softer so that if I come in on my knees to grab something, it won't hurt my knees. I've got my potty set up already for nighttime pee. I'm not far from a bathroom, so that's good. So I double bag it, no pooping in Nestor. And inside, see those white strips? That makes your liquid turn into jelly. So it'll just be like jelly if I pee in it tonight. I will wrap it up and throw it away in the morning. I can also use this as a seat so that I can, get dressed and stuff. Underneath this section of my couch bed is a separate platform and that storage under there. I've got tools, I've got firewood, I've got my sleeping bag, I've got all sorts of stuff that I might need. So I've got storage under this hatch. There's another hatch under the bed, and I've got all that storage under there. So I just grab onto the seatbelt that I kept in and just come on in, and I have a seat. On this seatbelt, I have a Ryobi fan. It clips on. That's why I kept the seatbelt in, because I can use it. I use like every space that I can. This is just a clip-on light. My cup holders, I have a plant in one. I've got my little television. Love this thing. You slide your cell phone into it and it holds it, and I can watch a movie. Of course, my lantern. This is very comfortable, this couch. On this side here, when I come in, I have another light. This is one that just works like a household light switch. It's just Velcroed on. It's nice and bright. I've got my lamp. I've got my little baskets that has a lighter in it and a box cutter. Little box there with candles. And then in the corner over there, I've got a bunch of little light up candles. I just installed these handles here. They're really helpful because this couch is so cushy. And if I want to get to the other end of Nestor, I can now grab these, slide on over. Also on this side, behind the privacy curtain, is pouches on the back of the seat where I keep like bug spray, the battery pack for the fairy lights. I have my pepper spray here, so it's At reach, extra blankets folded up here. Of course, artwork. Here's my power bank. Now, this is the first time I'm camping in Nestor, so everything is subject to change. With this right now, I've got this little fan plugged in. I've got a fan up here and another one of those handles because you want the circulation of the air. I also have a fan and a light right behind me, right there. So this is the bedroom area of Nestor. My foyer, where I walked in, where the potty is, and that potty folds away so I don't need it all the time. The power bank, I have some extra pillows there so that if I want to sit here, I can sit there. Here is my toolbox kitchen, that if I had the table in that little bicycle tent, that's where that would live. But I'm going to go around the back and show you that side. Okay, this is just a peace sign. Love my peace sign. And I just have that fabric connected, hooked up with just some magnets. And I'll let it down later for some privacy. So right now it's just kind of swagged up there on both sides. So here's Nestor from the back. There's the door that I entered from. There's the potty and my bed. I've got blankets and pillows in here, so it's not as neat as the first time you probably saw it. But this is camp mode. There's my power station. It's running that little fan right now. Got my lantern. There's my little lit pumpkins. And I've got the cutest little, I love cinnamon brooms. And I bought a little mini cinnamon broom for Nestor. It smells nice. So my water jug, I filled it mostly up with ice cubes, and then I put water in it. And so it's freezing cold water, which is really nice. So just, me and my jars, get a nice cold glass of water. And I've also got other drinks in my cooler right now. So I've got that. And then you all know I have the sink underneath it. Here's my kitchen tool bag. It's got my spices. Here's the paper towels on the bungee cord. So everything that I need in there to prepare my meals is there, and it's portable. I've got my avocado oil. This is cool. This is actually a reading light. It goes around your neck. Okay? But I can use it if I go for a walk tonight so I can see, or if, looking for stuff back here. And then remember, I've got the storage hatch under here, which is where I keep some stuff. Now, the shelf that I didn't use. By the way, I don't know if I ever made the announcement. The winner of the shelf contest, I went ahead and used the bigger, irregular shaped one. I have my coffee cup hanging here, and it just afforded me just more space, if that makes any sense. But the smaller one, what I have is like an extended shelf, and it's got my stove on it. I am going to shore it up. I have an adjustable leg that'll go under it, and I'm still playing with it, but for now the weight of that water is sufficient enough to hold this up. Here's the can of butane. I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to probably heat my dinner up in the frying pan. I haven't decided how I'm going to reheat my food. I did some cooking yesterday. I brought some simple stuff to reheat. So yeah, here we go. In a beautiful setting. There's my little crib. A little crib for a day or two. Simply everything that I need, truly. I can sit up on the couch. I can lay down. I'm cool. I've got plenty of 3 fans going right now. I also have a little swamp air conditioner. I've got everything that I need to cook. I've got fresh water. I have electricity. Fortunately, I'm at a place that has electricity at my site, which is right here. And so I have my extension cord. It's going back through my tent. And like I said, I'm grateful for this, and I thank God for it. And that's it. What you see is what you get. I'm going to go for a walk, probably start a fire later, eat my dinner at the fire. I don't know. And just the sun is dappling through the trees right now, so I can just sit and stare. And that's it. So this is Nestor. I'm digging it. I hope you're digging it too. It's just the first of many, many adventures, I pray. What does it say? Can't more or less. My girl Letitia bought me this hat. Ain't it the truth? So, all right, I'm going to go chill out. Bye. I'll save you a seat.